Now, you asked me to grab a glass of wine, which I didn't do. I ended up grabbing a glass of gin, Caledonia Spirits, Bar Hill gin, for anybody who's curious. I do like my gin, Barr Hill. But this might surprise people, and it surprised me because last time we spoke, I think you had hit, what was it, 6 months sober. So what is unfolding before our very eyes?
Well, what's unfolding is a glass of champagne, is what's unfolding. But I will say that I almost made it to 7 months, but then I just decided my original goal was 3 months, then I made it to 6. And, was I going to continue to go on like this? And I had hung out with some friends. We had a dinner in San Francisco, and I thought, I'm going to have a glass of vino. I'm just going to have a glass of wine because there was a great book, the book Awareness, which you've recommended to me.
It's one of my favorites. I have one of my many copies downstairs right now.
Yeah, so Anthony DeMello, Jesuit priest, correct? Is that right?
Jesuit priest who is also a psychotherapist who is now since passed, but incredibly, incredibly compelling writing. I'm sure we'll get more into this because I listened to the audiobook you recommended, so we'll come back to that.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But all right, so take us back to the story you're telling. So you're sitting there at dinner.
Well, prior to that, I had re-listened to that book and I got it on audio. And one of the things that hit me that he said in the book was,
I know what it was. Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
That abstinence or renunciation is as much a trap or can be as much a trap as anything else because it ties you, it binds you to the thing that you are abstaining from.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It makes it your lifelong enemy.
Yeah.
And it binds you to it.
And so you're like, fuck it, YOLO, let's have some wine.
Well, I want to be bound to it. And I did that with a glass of wine.
Break those chains.
Yeah, exactly. The plan was never to be sober for life. It was to reevaluate my relationship with alcohol and get to a point where I could truly say to anyone that asks, like, the cravings have gone away. And my goal going forward is something I just call the 2-2-2 rule, which is maximum of 2 drinks in any given night, never 2 days in a row, and then 2 days a week. So just lightweight. That's kind of my new thing. And then also special occasions. Like I want it to be about a celebration of something or a gathering it in some way that is meaningful, not just because, a football game's on or something.
Yeah. Well, first, I have more to say, but cheers. I have my little Japanese mug full of Bar Hill gin. Cheers.
Wait. Like straight up gin?
That's just straight gin. I didn't have any ice. You've inspired me to cut way back on my drinking, so I haven't really had much. I don't want to open a bottle of wine that I'm not going to finish with friends or something.
Yeah, I mean, you'll finish your bottle of gin, so.
So I just grabbed what I had open, which will stay good for a long while once open, which was this gin. So I'm not going to drink a full glass of gin, but I will have a sippers with you.
I think we're both going to be cheap dates maybe then, because we haven't drank in a while. We might get really sloppy really fast.
Yeah, very, very cheap dates. So let me follow up on this story and the 2-2-2 plan. How are you intending, if at all, to catch yourself if you start slipping? Do you have people who you want to hold you accountable? Do you have some type of calendar reminder in place? How do you keep an eye on that? Recognizing that you may very well be totally fine, but given the history that you have, it seems like it would be a good idea to put some guardrails in there.
I agree with you wholeheartedly if my issue with alcohol had been one of excess consumption, in that, like, I was never a 6 or 7 drink or even 5 drink person. For me, it was more consistency.
Right.
So the one that is easier to catch is you wake up the next morning and you say, okay, I'm just not drinking tonight, because you're catching it in a sober state, which is huge. So the big foul that I had over the last few years, especially to start with COVID, was just, 2 drinks a night, maybe 3, and just continuing that and taking like a day or 2 off a week. That's not healthy, as my liver enzymes would report back.
Yeah.
So I'm not as concerned about that. But also, I've talked to my therapist about this, and She's amazing, and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to check in with you and just make sure that you're truly sticking to this." But I think an accountability partner is absolutely a necessity, especially when it's been such a kind of staple of your life for decades.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for you, one thing that immediately hops to mind, which seems super mundane, but I know you have a lot of anxiety around flying, and I don't think that flying counts as a special occasion, right? So you'll need to.
Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does.
That counts as a special. You fly so much, though.
We are in the air. Like, we shouldn't be able to do that as humans. Like, it is an amazing feat of engineering. So yes, it's special. Tim, don't take this away from me. God damn it.
All right.
This is my one thing.
I'm gonna call that a yellow flag in the making. But
I'm fine with one yellow flag. I do fly a bit, but you know what's funny is when I came back from SFO, when I actually had that first drink, I didn't want a second drink on the plane. And it's honestly, it's kind of that just like anxiety of the whole process of it all, the security and the packed jets and the people coughing next to you. And kind of once I get settled, I'm pretty good unless it's an international flight and I'm with friends. So yeah, I think it's that the first drink actually goes a long way.